So today in my hometown, we celebrated the beginning of spring and the ending of wintertime. And traditionally, they burn a snowman, a big puppet, on a very huge pile of wood. And in the head of the snowman, there's some TNT. And when it explodes, that's the end of winter and the beginning of springtime. And it depends how long it takes until the head explodes. So that predicts a good summer, a long summer, or a short summer. And this is a very nice and very common traditional event. And every time we celebrate this, I remember the winter time in the monastery. And it's all these traditional events, they have a meaning. But time changes very quickly. So often we just see the form, but we forgot the meaning. So I remember at the monastery in October, the evenings getting colder. And slowly, it's going to be cold all day long, 24/7. There's no heating or except the kitchen. When you were working in the kitchen, you were a lucky guy because you had to prepare the fire for the cooking. Otherwise, always barefoot. And when you had to go to the alms round, you had some straw sandals. So as the days got colder, you knew there's no escape from the cold. You only had ropes for sleeping. No blankets, no cozy, comfortable, warm place. And the cold wind entered the meditation hall. Sometimes you had to laugh when during mealtime, the chopsticks from the novices just fell down because they couldn't hold the chopsticks because it was so cold. So winter had a different meaning, a physical meaning. And you knew maybe in March, maybe April, sometimes even in May, it gets warm again. So sometimes when we had to wait for a given task, we were waiting not in the shadow. So we moved a little step to the sunlight because it made a huge difference. So winter time was very long and tough. And the cold slowly went inside your body. And sometimes when we had to shave our heads, we were allowed to go into the bathtub So that was very luxury time. So like this very traditional event, burning the snowman as a symbol of ending winter and celebrating the coming spring. At that time, when the days got longer and warmer, we became very happy. That's why it was very tough. Even I think in the Nordic countries, you have a saying, you don't ask, how old are you? You ask, how many winters did you survive? And slowly we became very comfortable. So it's good to remember the meaning of these old traditional events. Life is not fun. It's really tough. You always have to sacrifice your passion. It's boring. Most of the days, we have to do some tasks that are repeating, just to get through. We have to do a lot of not funny things. It's very tough work. It's not a pleasure. And sometimes a small break is granted. But the rest of the day is really tough work. And that's very good. Even on the very harsh circumstances, we can be content and satisfied. Many people come to the temple and often I'm worried because nowadays you can take a pill for everything. A pill, painkillers. You can take a pill and have sex without any responsibility. The life force which creates us, the life force which requests the highest responsibility. We can take a pill and easy, no consequences. If we cannot focus, if we cannot concentrate, we can take a pill. And then we can concentrate. Like in the movie Matrix, we even can take pills to awaken. Nowadays, we can take a pill. Like the old Indian mushrooms. Now you can take a pill and be awakened. And when you get older, and fed up with life, you can take a pill that kills you. And even your body reacts in that way. But you cannot cheat your body and mind. The illusions are endless. You can avoid the suffering. When you get older as a man, you can beat age and take a pill, and it works. You can have a young girlfriend, and your body functions. But you cannot cheat the universe. You can cheat the illusion of functioning. But very deep down, you slowly destroying your very own core, your own nature. And your very own nature is that which selects. When we re-examine very, very closely, what are we looking for? When we're chasing safety, we lose freedom. When we chase freedom, we lose safety. So what are we actually chasing? Meditation means the re-examination of life and death. We sacrifice the pleasures. That doesn't mean we ignore the pleasures or neglect them. Often we want to shoot the messenger. We have to sacrifice a lot. Whenever you encounter another person, we have to be able to sacrifice our opinion. It's tough. And the children are asking, for what? All this hardship? For what? All this discipline? If you just can have it the easy way. In the monastery, the senior monk said, don't worry, spring is coming. At that time, I thought, who cares? It's way too long. I won't survive this winter. And in summertime, when it was very hot, burning hot and humid, I thought my brain is boiling, even worse than winter. And the senior monk said, don't worry, winter is coming. I thought that just teasing. But later on, when the young novices had to fight and struggle through the daily hardship, I was a senior. and telling them, don't worry, spring is coming. Don't worry. In the second winter, you can hold your chopsticks. But when you're in it, I couldn't believe them, but they did it before me. So I knew it was possible. That's like the gratitude that we owe to our seniors and parents. So what are we chasing? When you don't see any goal or reason or your own future, you just take whatever you can, any moment. That's what the kids want to do all the time. But our very own example are showing them there's something else which we all try to achieve. Or is it to do whatever you want? Have a look. 150 years ago, 200 years ago, daily life was very tough. You had to run all the time, just survive. Any cut could be your death. Every sexual encounter could be the death of the mother or the child. There was no holiday. At that time, when you would have been a monk or a nun, and the people came to the temple, and they were asking, what for? Why should I endure this pain and this suffering? For what? What's the reason for this? Nowadays, it's like the rule, we eat what is served because of the alms round. 150 years ago, we were just happy that someone put something into the bowl. Nowadays, the same rule. We eat what is served. Nowadays, people coming to the temple, they're happy. All the time, they don't need to do anything at all. They don't have to survive. They can chase entertainment 24/7. I can go from Switzerland, from my old farmhouse to my mother monastery in Japan without walking more than 5 kilometers by myself. My body will be moved around. I don't have to do anything at all to go there. So people come to the temple and they ask, what's this all about? I have everything I want all the time. What's the purpose? So 200 years ago, the monks were telling about heaven. And nowadays, we have to tell about hell. But is it just this side of the hand? And now it's this side. What's going on? There is no fun. In sacrifice. Let's re-examine this together. Before, the misuse was by brute force. Nowadays, the misuse is by spoiling. A monk and a nun, they vow to liberate all sentient beings. That's a really long-term goal. Whenever I'm asked to do a funeral ceremony, I listen very carefully what all these people tell about this person. When I encounter a child, I'm always in the role of a parent, and I have to act accordingly. And it's always the same question. The universe is asking you, why? Why all this sacrifice and discipline is needed? Why not chase whatever you want? Why not follow your passion? Why all this self-control? The kids don't care if you're sick or tired or stressed. They're just jumping around. So they're asking you. The universe sends us many, many endless messengers. And they always ask us, what's going on? Why? All this sacrifice. Tell me. And our actions at that very moment is our response. That's when you stay part of something bigger. And you dance. Who ever thought many years ago that you actually became what you are today? You achieved an impossible task. As sometimes at my wedding ceremonies, I do not wish the couple a happy life, but I wish them a meaningful life. And that can be not funny. Sometimes it is. But nothing is for free, so it needs all what you have, and even a little bit more. Thank you very much.